One thing I learned about this species is that they're really good at mimicking behavior. If you wave at them, they tend to wave back. Let's see if it works. Is it working? Kinda, right? They're pretty smart. Smarter than they look. Oh, but they're really cute too. Nah, I'm kidding. But as we cross our front plaza, we do have adventures that await you in all different directions. For example, out here to your left,
năm quay trở lại Sandiego ZOO.
make your way into the
Coi là
discovery.
có mấy con này nó có già mọc râu rồi.
But check out the brand new Wildlife Explorers Base Camp. Heads up, today at 2 p.m. at the Wearable Bowl, we'll have our Wildlife Wonders presentation. So be sure not to miss out. Hold on tight. We make our way down the Tiger River Trail.
Thôi đừng bỏ tay ra hơn.
We're going to come pretty close to some plants. When other
Quá
vehicles
trời
are
lạnh luôn á,
available.
trời ơi.
So I ask you all to please keep those arms, legs, claws, paws, tails, children, and everything else inside the vehicle at all times. And please remain seated while we are in motion. Now, as we're making our way down the last forest, look around you. Doesn't it look like we're entering an Asian rainforest? You see, here at the Sandiego ZOO Wildlife Alliance, our mission is to make sure all wildlife thrive.
Con gì
And as
đấy?
we get a chance today to explore over 8 different conservation hubs, you'll realize that they each represent a different ecosystem. Now, every ecosystem has animals, plants, and
Thấy con gì hết trơn.
Con người chứ.
So the animals representing Asian rainforest conservation tigers. So here we have the two brothers,
Tiger kìa.
Verani.
Đó, ở trong rừng đó, 2 con luôn, bự chưa?
3-4 con luôn á.
Now look at that beautiful orange feathers. It ironically looks like camouflage. You see, their prey are not able to
Kìa, nó kìa, nó kìa, nó kìa.
They kind of see great. Now, does anybody know why they have those black stripes?
Nó ở trong rừng đó kìa.
Well, so that they're not easily spotted. But I got that. No, those black stripes actually do help them hide among the shadows of the palm leaves, tall grass, etc. You see, they need to be able to hide because if they stuck out like a sore thumb, well, they'd never be able to
Mà
hunt.
xui xui nó cũng
So
kiếm
they
đường
constantly
ra
walking
được.
around on the greenery, looking like invisible monsters as they do so. Now, tigers are pretty large cats, part of that big feline family we know as the
Để kiếm
pharaoh.
con khác.
Now, there's going to be a total of 4 species part of that big cat family. It's going to be tigers, lions, leopards, and jaguars. So hopefully we get a chance to see all of them on tour today. Now we gotta get going to say hi to more beautiful animals. So everybody say bye to sheep and Verani. Oh shoot, I forgot the boys don't speak English. They speak tiger. Can y'all try again? Oh, perfect. So you may all help us out with our conservation work by reducing the amount of single-use plastic you use. Now, this is served by reducing it after starting by purchasing sustainably for materials such as bamboo, for your cutlery sets, toothbrushes, brushes, etc. It's things like these that you do at home that make a difference and helps us reach that mission of making sure all wildlife
Mấy cái đọt
thrive.
măng bị bẻo hết trời.
Now look to your right and tell me if you recognize that crazy cousin of yours.
Ok, lát rồi.
Con gì vậy?
Này con gì vậy?
So here we have Alan swamp monkeys and red-tailed gunnins. They eat this in
Thấy con gì hết trơn.
That's a habitat we pioneered at our zoo and pioneered across the United States.
Nè cái con gì trên kìa, chuột gì kìa, con chuột tròn tròn kìa. Có con mân kìa.
Later, ok. Trời ơi, con khỉ có chút xíu mà ông nội ơi.
Con này mới đẻ hả này?
Now y'all know not all animals are this, so that's why we created here for them. And in this flamboyance, you'll find our greater flamingo with white feathers, and our American flamingo with the bright pink feathers. Now they love shallow saltwater marshes, so that's why we created here for them. And in this flamboyance, that's what we call a group of flamingos, you'll find the 2 of the 6 subspecies of flamingos you'll find around the world. Now, as you pass kangaroo stop number 2 on your left, or top part of your map, you'll find a lot of our birds in this area. Water-loving birds on your left-hand side, like cormorants and harplup ducks. While on your right, on that trail there, that is Eagle Trail. So you will find some of the larger birds in the Western Hemisphere, like the southern sea eagle, harpy eagle, and the Andean condor. Those are some of the larger birds in the Western Hemisphere. And yet, right across from them, to your left, behind those trees and bamboo, we have our animal hospital. Now this is the first exotic animal hospital built in Northern America and the first of its caliber worldwide. We have been able to help out tremendously with veterinary research and veterinary medicine. For example, back in 1992, there was a baby orangutan that was born here. Now we're super excited to get her Karen. But you see, Karen was born with a hole in her heart. What was the size of her? And we didn't know what to do. So we took to the medical unit. But we have university to help the baby closure. So if you'd like to visit her and the rest of her family, you're welcome to do so. By going down the street, Tom's Way. Right now, we are in the coldest part of the zoo. Northern frontier. Here we are. So go ahead and stand up. Look to your left and tell me if you see our polar bears. This is where Kaluk, Chinook, and King live. Kaluk and Chinook are a brother and sister duo. They were both rescues, like the good majority of our animals here. See, when they were only, 3 months old, suddenly they had hunted their mama, and they never learned those skills that they need to survive on their own. So typically, a polar bear will stay with their mom until they're about 2 years old. But Fish and Wildlife we're able to rescue them and bring them here. Where now these two bears are representing our ocean conservation hub. And despite them being the largest of all the bears and the largest carnivore on planet Earth, they sadly are endangered due to global warming and poaching. They can all become an ally of theirs by reducing their carbon footprint, such as carpooling, turning off the lights when you leave your room, participating in Meatless Mondays. And it's things like these that you do at home that makes a difference. And hope we've reached that mission of making sure all wildlife thrive. Remember, all humans, we all work together to help our wildlife so that we can preserve these ecosystems for future generations. And of course, they have been endangered at one point. But there was a rancher in Africa that realized the importance of their species, not only to their ecosystem, but also to the food chain. So he brought them onto his property and built large corrals of hens to protect them from any natural predators. Thanks to this, their population increased from roughly
Anh lấy cái phone
to
này
over
nhắn
3,500.
tin với bạn gì
And
đó.
that's the work of one man.
Khoe bạn đi
Imagine if we all put in our greatest
đi du
selves
ngoại.
and help out planet Earth, the amazing things we can accomplish, but only if we all work together to do so. There you have a Southern
Wow, con gì còn con heo rồi, con heo rồi.
also native to Africa. And their next
Ryan.
peccaries. Doesn't it look like poop up in the line?
Hai đây con.
It's not though. Chickle and peccaries? We need to find out why. Oh, we'll probably see a celebrity from the Lion King in a bit. Here on your left, the shirt up above, we have a sky so you're welcome to hop on board, get a full bird's eye view of the entire Sandiego Zoo, taking you from here all the way back to the front of the zoo. So, take into consideration, what is the sleeping pattern of your favorite animal? Are they diurnal, nocturnal,
Sở thú
or
ở đây là chỉ
crepuscular?
có vậy
So you
à,
can
không
take
thấy
into
con gì hết trơn
consideration
á.
when they will be most active.
Con gì vậy?
Now, as we go into Elephant Odyssey, on your left, we have one of our many accredited botanical collections. Here we have our carnivorous plants
Cái này là
greenhouse.
cái nhà bướm.
And we also have one of our many pollinator habitats. At our zoo, we don't only protect animals and plants, but also insects. Did you know that 1/3 of the food that we
Sở thú bên Mỹ là chỉ có vậy thôi nha mấy bạn.
they help pollinate
Không
all of
thêm
our
thú nào hết nha.
They're the only insect that provides
Nó
humans
sống
with honey. So if you ever see a bee out there where you can hide, don't be alarmed. Just let them be. Oh, but to your right, help me look for the king and
Mỹ
queen of
làm
the
sở thú
jungle.
gì là tượng trưng thôi.
Or rather, the savannah.
Thú và tự
That's
tìm.
where
Chứ
African
không
lions
có
are native
như
to.
ở Việt Nam đâu.
So here we
Ủa,
have
con gì
Ernest,
kìa?
our male lion living with
Con
his
lion
sister
á,
and
nhưng mà nó
Alex.
đâu mất tiêu rồi.
And lions,
Thấy có cục
they're
xương
one of the
bự
big
quá
cat
mà.
family that we had mentioned before,
Nó
right?
đâu rồi?
Đó, ở Mỹ là phải kiếm cho nó thấy nha mấy bạn.
One of the ones that are considered to be social.
Ô
Kìa,
kìa.
kìa, nó kìa.
I can tell you.
Wow.
And lions, they like to live in large groups. So does anybody know what we call a group of lions?
Đó kìa,
Right,
trời
precisely.
ơi, nó
And
bự
they all work
nha.
together to keep each other safe. And typically we think that is the largest
Hello,
or the
lion.
leader of their group, but it's actually the wisest female. Yeah, the lionesses are the ones who
Lion,
produce
cái sao có
protein
giống
that
lion
are
đâu?
good for their bride.
Hả?
They dictate when they'll reproduce. So yes, lionesses are in
Wow.
charge, but the males are also
Thấy nó
very
bự không?
important. They
Là kìa.
closely work together to protect the
Có
entire
thấy nó
tribe.
không dạ?
You see, the male will be the one to
Thấy nó
protect the
bự
tribe
không?
from any other lion that wants to take over. That's why they got that cool mane of hair around their heads, making sure that they can protect any vital organs from any other lion that they're fighting against. And they mark the territory, such as making loud
Con
roar
à?
sounds, and we can sometimes
có mấy
hear
con.
all the way from the
À.
other side of the
Mấy
zoo's
con
parking lot.
chứ mà.
impressive, isn't it?
Nó chui đâu hết rồi.
Nó trốn.
Oh, Miss Ellen looks so cute there.
Phải tự kiếm thôi.
I'll go by very slowly so everybody gets a chance to take a picture of her. Yeah, these big cats, they're very agile as well as you can tell.
Ba con không có thấy được.
So they are pretty good climbers. And they are pretty large, so they're still very fast, but they're not necessarily the fastest cat. I'll just get by to Miss
Ở đây coi cho vui vậy thôi chứ không có thấy con nào hết nha.
So remember I had mentioned that there's 4 big cats in our big cat
Sóc
family?
là khỏi nuôi từ
Well, the
đó.
4th one is going to be our jaguar. Now her name is Sandiego. So keep a close eye for her.
Kìa con chim
Although let me
con
warn
kìa,
ya,
con kìa,
she's
con
much
kìa.
smaller than the lions we just saw. Yeah, her, and she's still part of that big cat family. That's due to how ferocious she can be. Her small size helps her to be very agile, climbing quickly to the trees. She is an amazing swimmer, but she also has the strongest bite of the feline family. Yeah, unlike lions who hunt whenever they're hungry, jaguars hunt because it is their favorite sport. It will go directly for the skull, cracking it open with one bite, getting to the brains and the other organs. So I like to say that she's one spicy Latina you never want to mess with. And of course is representing our Amazonian Conservation Hub. During my time out in Costa Rica, I actually got a chance to hear an ant battle. And there they are. Now you can tell they're African elephants because they have those large ears in the shape of Africa. Well, Asian elephants will have much smaller ears in the shape of India.
Đó. Đó, anh thấy con
We
elephant
had
chưa?
spoken about those enrichments before when we were with the
Có
monkeys.
dễ thương không?
Remember? Well, obviously we cannot give monkey bars
Rồi
to
con muốn
elephants
vô
that
đó
would be
sờ
silly.
đó không?
So we give them these small tree structures where they're able to get shade and stretch their back. We can turn feeders on for
Kìa, nó
them.
đang làm
We also
cái
have
gì
different toys
kìa?
all around for them.
Ô, nó đang ngủ kìa.
Enrichments will always vary from day to day and from animal to animal. They're created by our care specialists to make sure that our animals are physically active and mentally stimulated. They want our animals to be walking around looking for their food, stretching their trunks. They want them using all of their senses. So that's how we're able to keep our animals intelligent.
Cho tập tạ
For
hay gì
example,
á.
over there at the farthest end, you can see Nico standing on top of that chest there. Well, our care specialist put his food way too high for him and he couldn't reach it. So they thought maybe if we put a stump right below it, he'll understand how to stand on it and who can reach it. Well, problem solved, he figured it out, which he did. Then our care specialist decided to take it a step further. They thought, what if we stand it up vertically? Will he understand that if he throws it down, he'll be able to stand on top of it again? Then he figured that out. So they thought, what if we move it a couple of inches, where it's not directly underneath?
Tập tạ kìa,
Will
tập
he
tạ kìa.
understand how to move it? And he did.
Voi này đang
So
tập
these are ways in
tập
which we're
gym
keeping them
nha.
mentally stimulated
Đó, thấy tập
and
gym
having them
không?
working
Ghê
out
chưa?
all the
Ồ.
time. I mean, look at Sandiego there. He's the one playing with that toy.
Voi này có
or
tập
with that
tạ nha các
enrichment.
bạn.
We want them to be using all of their muscles, and their trunk alone has more muscles than we have in our entire body. So that's
Rồi,
why
trả
we try
cả.
to keep these enrichments as different as possible, and it will also vary from day to day and the personalities of each of our animals. Nico, for example, he loves to dig, so sometimes our care specialist, if they trust their care specialist, and it's a very few number of care
Rồi qua
specialists
rồi
that
mà.
have this honor.
Giống của nhà
Này
anh
rất tê
rồi.
giác
This is
quá
in
à.
order to improve their veterinary care.
Tê giác quá à.
And in order for them to participate in their own health. For example, we'll ask them to lift their feet so we can give them
Voi
some
nữa hả?
pedicures. To lift their chest so we can check their
Voi
chest
kìa.
cavity.
Voi nữa.
All of this
Nhìn cái
turns
kiểu nhà
into
nó
beautiful
biết là con này
relationship
cái này
with
voi
our
già
specialist
rồi.
that has
Đúng
helped
không?
our conservation work out in the wild.
Con này con voi già nha. Ở có mình là
African
cái nhà
elephants
của nó
sadly have
kìa.
been endangered due to poaching.
Cái
People are
nhà.
hunting them for those long, beautiful tusks, which are made out of ivory,
Con
nothing
này nó
special.
già lắm rồi
And
nha.
yet this has left a lot of baby African elephants orphaned because their moms are being
Con
hunted
mình
for their
đó.
tusks. And since the tusks will grow as they age, the little ones still don't have them. So we are partners with the Teddy Elephant Sanctuary in Tanzania and Kenya, in which we are partnered with those little ones. So we're partnering with them out there, but we're also taking care of those little ones, so it's kind of become more of an orphanage, if you will. And before, we were feeding them baby formula. That is what we thought to be the healthiest thing for them. And yet here in our elephant care center, we learned that elephant milk is similar to goat milk. So it's a ground. And yet, with the over 10,000 animals under our care, our priority is their safety, happiness, and health. You may also tell how healthy your animals are by looking at the hands of our camels. So here we have the two girls, and those are Zara and Karima. They are dromedary camels because they only have one hump. If they have two humps, well then they're Bactrian camels. If they don't have any humps, they're hump frees. And if they have 3 humps, then they're pregnant. Okay, I'll stop. But I'm talking a lot about their humps because they store something important inside of it. Anybody know what it is? Yeah, exactly, fat. Now that fat stores a lot of nutrients, proteins, and minerals. So whenever there's not enough food or water out there for them, they're able to take nutrients from their humps to help sustain themselves. Pretty smart, isn't it? Well, another smart animal includes one of my favorite birds, the California condors on your right. There they are, because they are a type of vulture who likes to eat carcass and carrion. Good animal plus that smells pretty yucky. Now we know it and they know it too. That's why they don't have any feathers on their heads. So
Đây anh thấy không, đây là cái nè.
Thấy rồi.
Yeah, so they're not only contributing to themselves, but also to their ecosystem since they help reduce bacteria. And sadly, back in the 80s, their population came down to only 22. I mean, that's not the amount of people we have on the lower deck of this bus alone. But out of the safari park, we were able to introduce them into this enhanced breeding program. And we have so far been able to count more than 500 California condors.
Sau 6 năm quay lại là hình như mấy con này nó già hết.
And of course, all of this is made possible thanks to you. So if you want to see firsthand how the conservation work is one of the largest botanical gardens in Northern America. We have a total of 400 acres dedicated to native species out of the safari park. And we have 2 separate farms where we grow a lot of the plants for our animals. And yet, with that said, just like some of our animals, some of our plants are also endangered. So we ask you all to please respect the flora. Do not pick the flowers. Please do not bring them in food. Please. Not only do we try to protect them, but
Thú
we
không
are
thấy.
able to depend upon the plants
Lấy
that
toàn
we
cây
grow
không
here
à.
for their food. For example, here on your left-hand side,
rồi đó.
you're going to find our hibiscus flowers. There you can find also the blue Australian hibiscus flower, which is the purple one. The seed is blue, which is how it's got its name. But these are just examples of some browse that we use for our animals. Like Grandma, our 139-year-old Galapagos tortoise, loves using these flowers for breakfast, lunch, and dessert. So thank you to all of those that help pick any grandma's food. That's another thing that we can help our conservation is by making sure we respect all of our flora and fauna. Not only here at our zoo, but whenever you go on a hiking trip, camping trip, and more, and educating others on doing the same.
Mấy cái trẻ cao ghê.
Now as we go down Century Street, coming down on your right hand side, we have our South bears, Kartik and Shala. Now they are indeed bears, they are not sloths. The only similarity they have to sloths is that long shaggy fur that helps protect their skin from bug bites, and long claws they use to pick their favorite food from branches. And if the only and they do love to eat different types of bugs, but they enjoy to eat fruits and veggies as well.
Gấu chưa?
Aren't they adorable?
Ôi,
And Kartik and Shala, they've actually been living here for a little over 3 years now. And you're probably wondering how they met.
Mấy con luôn kìa.
Like everybody else nowadays, they met online. I'm not joking. Usually all accredited zoos and aquariums will take part of something known as a species survival plan. Okay? Part of this, and not only are we looking at their pictures, we are looking at their genetics. If they are genetically different, that means that they're a good match. So we introduce them to one another.
Ra không thấy à? Không thấy nó không?
They can marry.
Kìa nó
This is to help
kìa.
reproduce the species, making sure that there are genetically healthy cubs for future generations. And hopefully, we can introduce some of these cubs back into the wild. The species survival plan has been successful in bringing back multiple species from the brink of extinction. For example, the story of the California condor we spoke of earlier today, or the infamous story of the northwestern gray wolf being reintroduced into Yellowstone National Park back in 1995. Talking about Yellowstone National Park, here on your right you'll find our 2 North American
Kìa
grizzly
con kia
bears.
con gì nữa kìa, chà bá nó đang ngủ kìa.
Now these 2 brother bears, their names
Nó
are
đang
Skip
ngủ
and
kìa, nó đang
Montana,
ngủ
and
kìa,
they're both
gấu luôn.
rescues. When they were
Gấu
young,
luôn,
their
nhưng mà
mom
nó
would
đang
teach
ngủ
them a dangerous
nha.
habit
Đó,
of
kìa,
snapping inside
kìa.
trash cans.
Đó, nó
It's not
đó.
only dangerous for us humans to have wildlife on our
Trong đó
property,
đó.
it's quite dangerous for them as well, since some people want to push them off in aggressive ways. But thankfully, Fish and Wildlife have been able to rescue them and take them deeper into heart.
Nó không thèm dậy đi
And
chơi.
including our Andean bear cubs to your right. Yeah, so Mama Alma and her husband Turbo who met on the species survival plan. So if you're looking for love, check out the website that they use, because on December 10th of 2022, they had 2 twins. Now these cubs are
Nó đang ăn
just
thịt
over
hả?
a little
Ủa nó đang ăn cục thịt
over
chứ.
a year old, and they're still living here with their
Nó đang
mama.
cục thịt kìa.
They're around here somewhere.
Cục xương của
Oh, they're
con gì
over there in
vậy?
the back. Now, Andean bears are native to the Andes regions down in South America, and the indigenous language spoken most of that region is Quechua. So So that is the language in which we name the cubs. Now the boy, his name is Francisco, meaning Francisco, and the girl, her name is Uyana, meaning hope. And that is what these little ones are representing. Yeah, they're representing hope for Andy and Bears. You see, now with all that said, I'm sad to say our tour
thú rồi,
is
để cho mình đi coi cây.
I've had a great time with you all. We have talked about animals and plants, talked about our conservation work, and of course, how you may all become an ally of our
Thú ở Mỹ
wildlife.
này giống như
Just
rừng.
by visiting us here today, you've done amazing
Dưới
things.
thung lũng, dưới
You have learned about our conservation work and the ways in which you're able to help us out as well, such as
thú rồi nha.
reducing your
Giờ
carbon
coi cây đi
footprint,
nha.
purchasing
Rồi
sustainable
hết luôn rồi
and
đó.
educating others on their
Hết
respect
thú
of
rồi đó,
our
rồi
flora
tới
and
nơi
fauna.
rồi đó.
Things like these that helps us reach our mission of making sure all wildlife thrive. So thank you once again to each and every one of you.
Sao?
In a moment, I hope those on the lower